Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold is going to be announced in just a couple of days from the time of making this video, and I wanted to go through some reasons why you probably want to upgrade to this phone. Now, you might want to be upgrading to this phone if you're coming from the Google Pixel Fold 1, or if you don't having a folding phone but you love Google Pixel phones, or maybe you're on an older Samsung Galaxy phone, or you're on some other phone and you just want to switch to this phone. So I'm going to go through those reasons right now. So let's talk about it. The first couple things are the processor and the RAM. Now, the Tensor G4, I have to admit, at least raw performance wise, isn't a huge jump over the Tensor G2 or the Tensor G3, but it's going to potentially have, we don't know this yet, but you've got to expect that they're releasing this processor. It's going to probably be a lot better with on-device performance of AI tasks, either be with photo operations or with just local searching things on there for AI, or whatever it may be. It's most likely going to be better in those aspects. You've got to hope and guess. So I'm going to throw in the Tensor G4, and also the performance is a little bit better year over year. It's gonna be about probably at most 10% better performance, probably more so 5 to 7% in real life performance. 16 gigs of RAM is awesome because last year's only had 12. Galaxy phones don't even have 16 gigs of RAM, and this is going to be great for having more apps open at once. It's going to be better for the prolonged life of this device. The longer you hold this device, the better it will perform over the life of the device, because device apps need RAM, and this is going to have a lot of RAM. 16 gigs is a lot. And this would probably be this would be the main reason I would switch to this phone, have it be from basically any other phone on the market today, and that would be the displays. The displays on here are absolutely humongous in a good way. 8-inch main display. This is going to be great for multitasking. It's going to be great for looking at a website. You could read a book on one side and then look at a video if you want to be that daring, or music on one side. You can play some nice, music and change the tracks when you want to while you're reading your book. Whatever it may be, there's a multitude of reasons why you might want to multitask or just need a huge display for watching a movie or playing a game. This is awesome. It's the biggest display on a Western market foldable phone, and I can't wait to try this display out. The next one would be that outside display, 6.3 inches, but it's not the traditional look as the Pixel Fold 1, which looked like a passport. This is going to be much more normal to a traditional phone. Again, another reason I can't wait, because you're going to have a great sized, normal sized phone on the outside, and on the inside you have this huge tablet display. The displays are just super exciting to me because they're something you look at all the time. You do everything on them, and it's the main selling point of folding phones. I don't care what anybody says. Next would be the 2700 nits of brightness. These displays are going to be brighter. They're going to look good in outdoor viewing, and it's improved a lot from last year's, especially if you're coming from last year's, or even a phone that was previously on another company. In terms of a foldable phone or any other phone, this competes with a lot of phones right now, if not beats them in terms of brightness. 4650 milliamp battery. I think this phone is gonna do good on battery life. The reason I say that is because I think the Tensor G4 might not be a huge jump in terms of performance, but I think with battery, it's really going to help. And I think those working in tandem are gonna do some pretty awesome things. This next one is pretty big too. One of my hates about the Pixel Fold 1 is how heavy it is. It's now lighter at 257 grams, not as light as the latest, Galaxy Z Fold 6. And also, but not also, the dimensions. This is the thinnest foldable phone versus any phone in the Americas. This is 10.5 millimeters thin. So you got a big display. They're able to flatten a lot of this stuff out, so super thin. Cameras, they've improved the cameras, so we're gonna get better cameras than we did last year. The cameras are pretty good last year, not bad, but they're gonna be improved, they're gonna be better, and they should compete, if not beat, what you get on the Galaxy Z Fold 6, which isn't always saying a lot, but I think we're gonna get much better photos this time around because of the improved cameras and newer cameras on there. AI additions on here. You're gonna get the emergency SOS, pixel screenshots as well. Some new features built into the AI development of this phone, which should make the phone more interesting and more helpful to use. The screenshots is just gonna be a way of remembering things, and then emergency SOS is kind of a smart SOS where it alerts you, letting you know like, hey, there's potential disasters around you that are going to happen or that have happened. 7 years of security and firmware updates. This is great, but I'll be highly surprised if in 7 years this phone is feeling like a beast. I just can't imagine it will. But if it does, for whatever reason, you do get 7 years of not only security updates, but firmware updates, meaning you're gonna get a lot of features pushed to this phone. Some stuff won't, but within 7 years, but a lot of stuff still will, which is good to see. The performance is gonna get overwritten, I think, in a lot of ways by people with the Tensor G4 not being the most strongest, powerful processor in the world. But just using this phone and the design of it in terms of what they're giving us with bigger displays and it being lighter than it was and thinner, I think it's gonna make a lot of people's top list of folding phones, and I won't be surprised by that. So let me know your thoughts on this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.